What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome back into CFB, where you can see all kinds of college football 25 and soon to be college football 26 content. We've got the news coming for it now, but we'll have gameplay content for it coming out in about a month or so, month and some change. July 7th early release, and I'll be on here delivering it on that day, of course. But for now, we can talk about it a ton. We'll be talking about it with the news updates I bring, with the coverage of the deep dives, which will continue soon, hopefully. But also, as I said, I'll continue the Coach JC Dynasty series, and we can talk about it here. You guys got any questions, comments about college football 26? Throw them in here as I continue live. I know wanted to remind you guys that may have not known it. I know this is live on both YouTube and Twitch. Those of you that watch on Twitch, be sure to go over to the CFB channel and subscribe there if you haven't already. Put out a video earlier today. Got some more good info that came out courtesy of Ben Miller. He did an appearance on the football podcast there for The Athletic with Chris Vanini and David Ubben, Bunch Formation podcast, and I took 3 or 4 clips out of it that I thought really stood out that I think will affect Dynasty mode for the upcoming game. That being the new recruiting adjustments for the transfer portal that's going to have more players leaving rosters and hitting the portal. It's going to make roster management and stuff more strategic in Dynasty mode for sure. And then I think also the new wear and tear system that has both a season meter and a career meter is going to be more strategic there as well. And the way that they've upgraded the transfer portal is not only are you going to have more players in there and stuff, but the way that they're going to do that is the more deal breakers. Every single player on the roster has a deal breaker now, and the deal breakers are more dynamic, so they're easier for them to switch, and players can't really stockpile their roster with great recruits because a lot of those guys will hit the portal after a year or two. So the portal's going to be a lot more fun. Dynasties are going to be a lot more competitive. Those are some of the latest updates that I dropped today on the channel. Just a little bit of a quick summary if you want to know more in depth. Be sure to check out that video I dropped earlier. But, we've had some good info already for college football 26. I'm sure that's going to continue. I can't wait for the next deep dive, and I can't wait to cover that and chat with you guys during that time. But, in the meantime, in between time, figure we'll continue the Coach JC Dynasty series. And if you guys got any questions, throw them in there. We'll chat about it as well during these live streams. But those that are watching live or on a playback, either one there on YouTube, just help me out by hitting that thumbs up button. That helps the YouTube algorithm, helps us find more fans of the college football video game. And if you're one of those that hasn't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on the college football 26 news and get some really fun gameplay content, gameplay tips, Dynasty series like this one that I've been running on college football 25 since it came out with Coach JC's journey. And we'll probably do Road to Glory and some other fun stuff for 26 as well. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. And speaking of this one, we're at the final game of the regular season, first year as the head coach of Alabama, looking to hopefully go 11-1. We're on the road at Kentucky for the final game of the regular season. Those of you that haven't followed the Dynasty series, be sure to go back and check it out if you're new to the channel. Some really fun stuff there. Started off as the offensive coordinator of one-star school, which was Jack State. Was there for 2 seasons, went to the playoffs both years, but couldn't quite get over the hump. But then did get a head coaching offer from UCF. Went there, was the head coach for 3 seasons, won 3 straight natties. Did Coach JC there at UCF. Has had great offenses throughout his entire coaching tenure. That continues here at Alabama, where we're looking to get our 11th win of the season here against Kentucky and finish our first season 11-1. That'd be big. Right now, ranked number 2 in the country. So with no further ado, let's get into the game. If you guys got any college football 26 questions, comments, throw them in the chat there. I'll probably hit a couple more reminders of that as we go through here live, and I'll see more people pop in throughout the stream here. But everything looks good. Let's get into it. See if we can finish off with a road win, get our 11th win of the season. Take a nice swig of coffee there. Let that hit the spot. I don't think I've seen Kentucky's entrance. Let's take a glimpse. Let's take a glimpse. That's one thing I'm excited about as well. That was another thing that I talked about in the update I dropped earlier today, is in college football 26, there are new entrances as far as all of these, same entrances. The entrances are even more accurate, but there's different types. So your team's going to have multiple entrances. Seems like they're going to have like a big game entrance and then, maybe just a regular entrance. I don't know if they'll have more than just those 2 different ones, but they've definitely said there's going to be multiple entrances, and Ben Miller, the game designer, mentioned that in the interview that he did with Chris Vanini, who played the game in Orlando and met with him. So another update there. that just came to mind. As more come to mind, I'll probably mention them randomly throughout the stream here as we play the game. All right, getting ball first, not my preference, but we'll try and see if we can jump out to a 7-0 lead here. Let's let my guy Ellington get a return. Oh, we got a lane. I didn't hit that cut up the middle there quick enough, put my foot in the ground and get north. I might have been able to hit it, but I couldn't quite hit it. Couldn't quite do it. I just can't do it, Captain. I don't have the power. Shout out Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. All right, let's do it. Start off with a run with Patino. There you go. Little drive starter. Let's go ahead and not let him fumble. Ooh, they got somebody with 97 speed, 99 acceleration. Guessing it's one of their defensive backs. They don't have a good record there. They're 4-6. All right, let's get the run going. Cashman on the toss play. Got those big boys out leading the way. Nice little 17-yard gain. Hit him with 2 nice runs. Now let's go back to Ellington, the man that had the kick returns. Take a shot to him. It's the ideal play here scenario. Let's see if it works out. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm planning on. Not there. Take what we can get right here with Isaac. Get a couple yards. May have been later, but I didn't really want to risk it and sit there in the pocket and get sacked. We all know how pass protection is on this game. It won't hold up for too long. Try a little option game here. Okay, Patino, that's you. Keep that. Got it to 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1, short yardage here. Let's go a little RPO action. One of my favorite RPOs. If you guys see my RPO tips video I did on the channel, it's one of my favorite ones. You got the bubble on that side with the trip side. You got this guy coming across like he's doing the crack back block as if he'd be running a split zone. And then you got the option to run a read option with your running back, and then the option to hit the guy coming out there to see how they play it. We'll go ahead and try to dump it to him. Really wasn't any good choice there. They had it all plugged up. You'll have that every now and then. But that's one of my favorite short yardage plays, and this is one of my favorite short yardage plays also. Ellington, 2 blockers in front as the option on the RPO pass. If not, you got a buck sweep you can run. Got him. He's short. No, he dropped it anyway. So 2 of my favorite short yardage plays both failed me. Sit there talking them up, and then that shit happens. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I mean, you got to be kidding me. They get them both stopped? Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Are we really going to blow this against Kentucky's last game of the season? Please tell me we're not. Good stuff. Let's force a 3 now. Let's get this ball back quick. I'm supposed to be bringing an edge blitz, but I'm not gonna. Nobody on that side. All right, come on, D. Fisago. He was the hero last game. Streamed a couple days ago. 2 picks at the end. That time he got burnt. It's not looking like a good start, but that's okay. We've come from behind many a times throughout this dynasty if you've been following. Because let me tell you one thing. My defense isn't the best as far as getting them up yardage. It's more bend but don't break. But what we do good is we force turnovers. And we're going to make that happen at some point in this game. We'll get at least 1. We should have just had a sack. All right. Well, that went well when we heated them up. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. I got man coverage on this running back. They ran it. That worked out perfectly for me on a primary run blitz there. Nope, dropped it anyway. Let's go. We were going to stop him short, so we held him to the field goal. Nice red zone D. That's good shit. Made up for the turnover there at least. Fuck. Bro, that's the thing that I hate, man. This game does that thing every time. It's like you're good for one per game where your damn man, your CPU man at that, runs into the kicker. I've been even taking the guy supposed to be coming off the edge there and making him just run across so he don't do it, but then the guy coming off the other edge hits him. It's like, how can I prevent it? TFL. They're setting up a screen. Saw it, but I couldn't get there. Saw it, but couldn't get there. Ain't that about a bitch? Yeah, so that's definitely one thing I'm sure is fixed on College Football 26. It was even worse. You know, they patched it, and then after another patch, I think it came back and started happening a little bit again with that shit where your guy runs in and to the kicker there. That cost me. Should be 3-0. But sure, in 26, that'll be fixed. So we got that coming, too. That's something to look forward to. A lot of good gameplay, quality of life improvements, it sounds like. You've been seeing a lot of people not only on YouTube, some of the ones I've been sharing in some of my updates, but a lot of other journalists and stuff that played the game. I think I just saw comicbook.com even put one out that they played the game. There's a couple others. Another good run there for Cashman. Cashman and Patino, if you guys didn't see the most recent stream, both 1 and 2 in the Heisman watch right now, which is nice.
It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Oh, good cut, Haywood. Please tell me he was down. If the booth doesn't review it, I'm going to challenge it and find out. Wow. I don't think he was down. I think he was on top of a guy, but let's see. Oh, I don't know. That right elbow's close. Let's see here. Still in his arm, still in his arm. I need to see that angle where you can see that right elbow. Yes. Let's go. That elbow was down. Woo. I was nervous, boys. Because if we had another turnover there, it was about to go down 14-0, that's when you get a little bit nervous. Good shit, Patino. We got a few people in here. I was wondering how it would go doing it earlier in the day. Did the other one later at night, had a decent little turnout. But hey, if you're in here, you know, if you just popped in, of course, continuing the Coach JC Dynasty series on 25. But if you got any College Football 26 questions, comments, throw them in the chat there. Appreciate you guys watching live. Appreciate y'all that'll watch it after the fact on playback as well. Come on, Cashman. Let's do a little RPO action here. I like the RPO read plays because you got the read option element and the RPO element. That's money right there, Patino. Probably for 6. If that read option man's out that wide and plays the running back, it's, you know, money right there. That's why I like that play in the red zone. 61 rush yards for Patino here in the first quarter. He's getting it done. That's a bad kick by me. That's one thing I'm curious about. I know this year it's the exact same commentary team, studio update team, all that. I know we all want College Game Day to be a feature in Dynasty eventually. That'd be so awesome. But I wonder if they're ever going to add other commentators. I'd love to see Gus Johnson, you know, some others like that. That'd be awesome. You know, that's the primary one that comes to my mind I'd love to have on the game. All right, 7-yard gain. Got him in 3rd and 2 here, but I'm stuck in the dime. If they run, I might be cooked. Yep, and he's gone too. I called that shit before the play, man. But I did run a blitz, but it was one of those, cover 0 blitzes, and if there's a lane right there through it, you're screwed then if he gets through that first wave when running that cover 0 blitz. That's exactly what happened. Not how we wanted it in the corner. Try and send the house, hope you make something happen, get a stop, get the ball back, take the lead. Instead, comes back, bites me in the ass. Give up the tutty. Hey, Shakes the Clown 46. Good to see you in here on the YouTube. Here on CFB. Says a while ago I started using the field goal safe setup and I haven't had a problem with running to the kicker since. Same with punts. Awesome. Thanks for the tip, man. I'm going to try that. Field goal safe. Got it. I don't know why I never thought to try that. That's smart thinking, man. You're like a damn genius out there, Shakes the Clown. Savant here. Because that's something that's pissed me off against the computer multiple times. I don't think it's really cost me against users, maybe once or twice. Mainly it just happens to me, or seems to happen to me against the computer. We've been running well. Take a shot. Oh, son of a gun. Safety. Wow. My man broke the sack and fumbled the football. Look at my face. Look at my face. I'm so upset. I am not happy right now. All right, boys. We got to make a play. About to just go straight man coverage on these boys. That's what I need to do because I keep forgetting that they go up-tempo, no huddle. And I keep getting stuck in these formations that don't have the man plays I like. Stuck in these zone coverages. We are in trouble in the final game of the season here at Bama. But that's all right. We ain't panicking. We ain't going to panic. We ain't going to panic. The good thing is we should be locked into the college football playoffs. And hopefully, I think we're locked into the SEC title game already. I think. I have to double check, but we're number 2 in the country right now, so. But what's that, 16? So score here, get a 2-point conversion. Be down 8. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're all right. We're all right. We're all right. We're all right. Score, stop, score. We're all right. Oh, my gosh. He blew the play up. Had a nice little hole there, too. All right. Let's try a little YSL here with some adjustments. Oh, come on now. Ain't that loud in here. Ah, had him. Had him. That was going to be a first down, y'all. Needed another 2 seconds there. Oh, 3rd and 10. Down 16 in the first half here. Did not see this coming. This is why you don't ever take anybody for granted, man. You think you're going to waltz in here against this 4-6 team, get a nice little easy win. Nope. Damn it. Guess what? Now I'm just pissed off, so I'm just doing dumb shit, but it's all right. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down. He got it. He got it. Let's go. My tight end was going to be open on that play. He got hung up with the defender, so I was trying to wait on him to get off that guy. By the time he got off, I was getting hit. And that 3rd down, so 4th down we made it happen. I got hit again. Woo! Thought he was going to get picked because of the hit again. He's yelling at the receiver like it's his fault.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10.
Good catch. Good 4.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit
I'm going to try and catch him off guard with a run here on 3rd and 6. If he gets any, probably going to go for it anyways. I mean, we just went for it on 4th and 10. Why would we not?
They'll try to get the edge with the toss.
He's got it. He's got the corner. Cashman. Straight cash, man. Straight cash, homie. As my boy Randy Moss would say. Hey, Trey Edwards. Yeah, man. Looking a little rough out here in the first half, ain't it, bro? Good to see you, Trey. Hey, Orlando. My guy. Glad to see you back this year. He said getting CFB 26 over Madden this year. Hey, me, you were in the same boat. I got the MVP bundle last year. This year I just got the deluxe college football because I know I'm only going to play it. I learned that lesson last year, so may as well only get college football, save myself $50. We're going to mount a little comeback here, though. 7 of Mars said, what about Team Builder for NCAA 26? No big-time news yet that we know, like any key features. We just know you'll be able to transfer your teams that you've already made for 25. And I'm sure there's going to be some new stadiums, probably new generic stadiums, so you don't have to have a custom team stadium. I don't know that for sure. It's just my assumption. But we do know for sure you'll be able to transfer your teams. So we're waiting to see when the deep dive comes around for that one. Hey, yeah, Orlando, finally cross-play in Dynasty, man. I'm going to have to get you into the one that we're running with some of my other guys that were on Xbox and couldn't get in on PS5. We're going to try and get one together. 3 yards to go here on 3rd down. Let's go with a little RPO read stick. Appreciate more people hopping in here. Continuing the Coach JC Dynasty series, now in year 6, 2029. Final game of my first year as the head coach of Bama. But you guys got any college football questions, comments, throw them in the chat there. I'll hit on them throughout. I was telling everyone earlier, you know, if you haven't yet, be sure to check out the video I dropped the other day. Some good updates that I think are game-changing stuff for Dynasty mode potentially. Coming from the principal game designer. As Cashman gets the first down, sets us up 1st and goal. I'll let this wind down to the 2-minute warning here. Trying to mount this comeback. But you guys that are watching live here on YouTube, or if you're watching after the fact on a playback, hit the thumbs up button. That crazy little thing helps us with the YouTube algorithm. Really helps us a shit ton more than you know. Helps us find more fans of the college football video game. But if you're one of those and you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Doing news updates for the game. It'll lead up to 26 and, of course, gameplay content. We'll continue for 25, and for 26 we'll have fun stuff with gameplay tips, Dynasty series like this one, other stuff as well. So be sure you're subscribed to the channel here, JCCFB on YouTube. Orlando said, hopefully we can download more team builder teams like 32, like in Madden. Hopefully so. I should have turned True Clock on right there. Now I'm leaving them with 1.5 minutes. But I got 3 timeouts myself. Maybe if I can finally get a stop. I don't know why their offense is dominating me like it has been. We'll be in good shape. I'm going to go ahead and go for 2, cut this thing to 8. We're just going to try and put it in Patino's hands. He's been having a good game. I didn't run him a lot on that drive. Shouldn't have much wear and tear. Still in the green. We got 5v5 here. Safeties are far enough back. Might be able to get this in. Nope. I got hit. I bounced. If I wouldn't have hit my center right there, thought I made that cut a little bit cleaner. Probably been able to cut around him and squeeze through that hole and get in. But as it stands, down 10. 2 possession game instead of 1. Big screw up there by me, but it's okay. Because our defense is about to step up. Our defense is about to step things up. I feel it. Let's do this. Let's play a little robber coverage. A little man-to-man. And a little something I like better. Because I know they're going to try and go no huddle probably. Oh, come on. Turn around, Fasago. You got a pick right there. Couldn't switch to him quick enough. They didn't go no huddle, actually. Surprisingly. Been going no huddle all game. And now they get the ball here with, 1.5 minutes to go. And they don't go no huddle. Make it make sense. Someone. Oh, ball's out. He got it back too. Wow, he forced it and recovered it. My guy. And that wasn't even me. I was I was back there in pass coverage. Let's go. Way to make a play. Yeah, give him the belt. He's a damn champ for that shit. I told y'all I was about to mount a comeback and my defense was about to step up. And didn't I tell y'all earlier on the, first or second drive, my defense gives up yards, but we get turnovers and we're going to get at least one this game? There's one. We're going to get more, though. I feel more coming now after that. Floodgates are about to open. Floodgates are about to open. Trey Edwards said, I wish EA would do Hall of Fame teams like 2K does with NBA. That's so funny you mentioned that, Trey. Me and my boy, I was over at his house earlier and we were talking about the game. And that's one thing we were mentioning was how cool it would be to have classic teams back. You know, because, I mean, you can play with some classic players, but only in Ultimate Team, and that's a game mode I don't really play, so I don't really get to play with them too much. I would love to have classic teams. They used to do that in the old school days. They'd have classic teams. They'd have the FCS teams. So maybe one day we'll get there. I'll get back there, I guess I should say. Same with Spring Game. I know someone has been in the comments on the past couple videos asking about Spring Games. Haven't heard yet. We'll probably have to wait for the Dynasty deep dive on that, but I'm hoping so. I mean, they had that back in the PS2 days, but it's been since then, since we've had Spring Games in, so that would be awesome to have that back. It's been generations. I mean, they brought back Stadium Pulse, some stuff from those past generations, so maybe they'll do it again. With Stadium Pulse, you know, home field advantage, Stadium Pulse, whatever you want to call it, it's going to have a big upgrade in 26. Also, Lowe's is going to be the sponsor for it. You'll see the Lowe's logo with the Stadium Pulse meter in the game, I'm presuming. But suppose, you know, big upgrades for it, more, you know, harsh camera shakes, not only, you know, route distortion, not knowing the icons, but also clock distortions coming in. However that works out, we'll have to wait and see. But going to be interesting to see how they've, you know, amped up Stadium Pulse. There goes Cashman, and we're in. 3-point game. Let's hold them. And then they get ball after half, so defense really got to step up here. I need 3 straight stops. They got one there with the turnover. I need one here to end the half, and then I need one to begin the second half, and I'm feeling a lot better. Came back to life. Came back to life there. 13 points in a hurry. What's that, 13 points in about a little over a minute? I like it. Good tackle. Hey, what's up? What's up, Tyder? Good to see you. Said ball out belt. That's what they call it. Okay. Appreciate that, Tyder. I'm glad to know the official name. That's the turnover belt there. Is the ball out belt there for Bama here. We're mounting a comeback. Kentucky's trying to pull an upset on us on the road here, Tyder. We're not going to have it. Our defense is about to step up. And we're going to take this game over. We're going to go 11-1, go to the conference championship game, which I'm off work today. I got some time. We might roll this thing on, play a couple games. Might go ahead and play the conference championship game too. That'll give more people time to come in after they get off work and stuff. Maybe ask some college football 26 questions, anything they got, you know, all that good stuff. Get after him. We got him again. We'll take a timeout now. 2 timeouts. You know, man coverage has been good to me. I really probably shouldn't risk it here. But we're going to probably bring a little zone into the mix here and try and just play some coverage here on 3rd and 18. Back off, keep everything in front of us, put a little spy on one of our D linemen, and we'll play the middle of the field here with our linebacker. Oh, we forced another fumble. And we don't have to use our other timeout. We got 2 timeouts, and we'll probably have around 20 seconds or so. Maybe get into field goal range, even tie this thing up before half. Oh, Kroger Field at Kentucky. I guess they got, you know, the rights from Kroger even to be able to do that. I didn't know they put official stuff on there. Oh, there we go. Ellington. Exactly what we needed. Big return. We're in field goal range, 15 seconds, 2 timeouts, which means I'm going to utilize a run here right off the bat. I did see they have some sponsors on the field for 26. If you guys saw the pictures of Tennessee's field course, which was leaked prior to the first trailer, they got Pilot on their field, which is a sponsor they have on their field there. Good block. We got good blocks. Plenty of time to go. I was trying to get out of bounds and preserve it. But all right, we got 9 seconds. 1 timeout. Let's hit him with another run here. Let's go back to Cashman. Should at least have this thing tied. Would love to go with the lead after we're being down like this. How about it? Down 23-7 with what, a minute 40 we'll say, at least, under 2 minutes in the first half, and we're going to go into half with the lead. That's how we do it. Cashman going off, 102 yards in the first half, 3 tutties. That's why him and Patino are both up in the Heisman race. And they get ball after half, but now we're in a good spot regardless, even if we don't get our stop after half. But hey, I said I needed 3 straight stops from the D. Got 1 with the turnover. Got 2 when we forced him to punt. Almost nearly got a turnover there. Forced to fumble the one out of bounds on the final play. And now we need, I guess, 4 straight stops if you want to consider this a stop. But they're going to kneel it out, so I'm not going to consider it. So we're going to go back at the start of the second half. That'll be a 3rd straight stop I need from this defense. Let's see if they can get it done. Let's let the halftime update roll for a second because I need to take a sip of my coffee. Mouth's dry over here. Got me one of these Dr. Pepper cherries, the 0 sugar Dr. Pepper cherries ready too because I'm almost empty here on coffee. And Dr. Pepper cherries are my favorite. Now, I love Dr. Pepper's my favorite soda. I don't drink a lot of soda. I usually just drink water and coffee. When I do, it's Dr. Pepper, but I've been trying out a lot of the flavors. I gotta use the 0 sugar because I'm gonna watch my sugar a little bit. Blackberry's good. Strawberries and cream, good as well. But the cherry is the best of the flavors by far. It's right up there with regular Dr. Pepper. But, I don't know why I'm just rambling on about that. But, nonetheless. Just a ranking there of some Dr. Pepper flavors. Some halftime combo. Tighter. We're going to try and make that ball out belt come out again here in the second half. Got my 1 turnover already that I called. Love to get another one. Let's go back to that man coverage we were in there on those last couple of drives prior to the one they had in the final few seconds. Get after him. Yes, sir. Only a yard. My defense is really starting to step up here.
It's exactly that, David. You got to create momentum here early in the second half. You only do that by
that's on me. I bid on that play action. That was a good play action fake. He got me. He got me on that one. I can't lie. Come on. Come on, D. Nope. I don't know if he was going to hold on to it, but I think it was a little out of his reach anyway. Let's get a little, I want to get somebody coming in with a little pressure here. Yeah, let's get that. A little blitzer here. Same kind of concept. I'll play the robber coverage here with Blade. Oh, turn around. Throw was way behind anyways. All right, now, we were just kind of sitting back in our man. 3rd down. Let's heat him up. I'm responsible for that running back, though. That's what scares me. He's staying in. Nope, it's screen. They got me. I thought he was staying in pass protect. I could have ran out there and been prepared for that. That's on me. I should have done that. I should have just went ahead and played for the screen. 3rd and long. I should know, man. I should know better. Get there. Good pass breakup. Ooh, that was close to being out of reach, though. Had me a little bit nervous. But we good. We living. We're living with that. Good things are happening when the ball out build comes out. That's right. Hey, that's right, Tyler. We'll try and make some good things happen with the D here. Not get cooked like we just did. Hey, but that's why it's good we went on that run in the first half. We're still in good shape here. We can just take the lead right back. Because now, regardless, we're in a spot where we can go back and forth with them. So my defense got 2 out of the 3 stops I was hoping they would get. I'll take it. I'll take that. Still got me back into the football game. Trey Edwards said the kicker's only good from the 9. Hey, kicking was difficult on this one, right? Especially here on Heisman. I've gotten good at it at some points, but then sometimes I still choke. And really, the times that I choke, it's not really the distance meter that gets me. Every now and then it does. I'll hold it too long. I'll get it into the red. It'll mess me up that way. But most of the time, it's the accuracy, man. And sometimes not even when it's moving fast. Sometimes I don't know. Just screw up, man. I don't think we've done too many first down passes in this game, so let's try and hit them with one. Oh, that was a tough throw right there. Probably shouldn't have even tried to make it. Probably shouldn't have even tried to shoot that gap. But we're going to try it. Full send it. Let's hit him with a little touch pass here. Ain't ran this all game on him. Break it out, once or twice per game. You guys know usually that jet motion's a decoy for me, but every now and then, hit him with it. Hit him with it. Guess what? We hit him with it right there. Anybody know what that's from? Anybody in the chat know what that quote's from? You get bonus points in the chat if you know what that's from. Brownie points, whatever the hell you want to call them. I don't see any guesses yet. I'm disappointed. Very disappointed. I'll let you know at the end of the drive if no guesses come in where it's from, where you got to hit them with it. Final hint there. I said it one more time just so you remember. You guys know I speak fluent movie and TV show quotes. Flag came late, bro. That better be on them. Roughing. Let's get it. Add on to the end of the play. Put us first and goal. Low RPO with the 21 personnel here. Both backs on the field. Tight end lined up in the backfield with him. Swing it out. Oh, good play. Thought I was going to lob it over him for 6. He made a play. He made a play. Really? No guesses on where that's from? Man. Tutty. There's the end of the drive. No guesses. Workaholics. One of the best TV shows. And if you guys are subscribed to my other channel, JC's Movies, but if you're not, you should be. I need to drop that in the chat probably. Let me drop a link to that in the chat because, I had to separate. The channel was originally JC's Pop Culture. I would talk about the CFB game and movies. But, of course, the YouTube algorithm, how it works, kind of had to separate that out, right? Because, basically, the best way I can explain it is the way the YouTube algorithm works is like you have a video that's successful on your channel. They want you to continue to do videos with basically that same subject or along that same subject lines. And so on JC's, when I had this channel branded JC's Pop Culture, what had happened was when I first started out, most of the videos that took off early were the College Football 25 updates because I was doing them, a year and a half out from the game coming out almost. It was in a while out. So everybody was hungry for news. So those were taking off. So then all the movie content was getting buried because you're like, you're not talking about the college football video game here. Nobody's going to watch this. So then YouTube doesn't push that content out on your channel, right? So it's been almost a year now. Separated the channels to JC CFB here where you're at, and then JC's Movies, hoping everyone, would subscribe to JC's Movies as I had to create it as a separate channel. But that hasn't happened as of yet. So if you would be so kind as to go subscribe to the JC's Movies channel as well, that would be lovely. Movie reviews and movie news. So if you're into that, and who's not into movies, right? So I'll drop a link to that channel in the chat here momentarily as the CPU's having to play some defense for a second, but that's okay. That's all right. We're fine. We regained the lead. We're feeling confident about this game now. We're not down as much. All that good stuff. Why is it not letting me send it in the Twitch chat? Well, it's on the YouTube chat. For some reason, it's not letting me send it in the Twitch chat, but that's an issue for another day. It's up on YouTube, and I think most of you are watching on YouTube right now anyway, so. Nonetheless, it's there. Hey, what's up, Luke Bulldog 619 on the Twitch side? Appreciate you popping in, man. Just playing a little bit of the Coach JC Dynasty series, trying to finish the regular season with a win here, year 6. And we're talking a little college football 26 while we do it, man. I've shared, some updates that I can remember off the top of my head. But, if you want to remember more extensively, check out the video I dropped on the YouTube channel earlier. I know you're watching on Twitch, but hopefully you're subscribed to the JC CFB YouTube channel as well. But if you got any college football 26 questions, Luke, here on Twitch, throw them in the chat. Trey Edwards says he's already subscribed. I appreciate that, Trey Edwards. But that's how I got there. That's the rabbit hole I went down. Was that Workaholics is a part of the video intro that I have on the JC's Movies channel, which you guys may have seen before because it was previously the intro for the singular channel before I had to create a separate intro for the football side. which I like a lot, having the two separate intros anyways. Well, that didn't work. Probably because I'm jabbering more so than playing. But it's all right. It's all right. We got the lead. We're feeling good. About to be in the fourth quarter. About to put our fours up here when we head to the fourth. Y'all get ready to throw those fours in the chat when we head to the fourth. All that good stuff as always. My boy Patino on the QB draw. Caught him slipping. Let's try and hit him with a little no-huddle action now. Got him. Got him. Finally burned him deep. We've been hitting him with the run all day, especially out of that formation. We've been hitting him with the QB draw, but then guess what? We went no huddle, and what we do? Brought out the deep ball, and we hit him with it. Hit him with it. That's a 40 burger. And since we've been down 23-7, we've outscored them 33-7. 34-7. Make that.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game.
Dubsky. Dubsky, Trey says in the chat. W in the chat. Should be, if we don't screw up here late. Wick himself gaming says, came across your CFB 26 new vids and enjoy the work you put out, brother. New sub. Hey, appreciate that a lot. Wick himself gaming. That means a lot, man. Second year doing this, trying to keep everybody up to date. I'll continue to cover the deep dives, all that stuff, and then once it comes out, I'll have gameplay tips like I did for 25 Dynasty series, like the one, of course, we're watching here on the live stream. But appreciate those kind words, man. Stuff like that's what makes you keep going here with that, and I'll try and keep you up to date on the College Football 26 news. And any questions, comments you guys got there, throw them in the chat. I appreciate that. Wick himself gaming, you're the man for that shit. All right, defense, come on. We need another turnover here. Got one. I'd like to get another one. I can't complain too much. You guys have stepped up since those first couple drives. They're bringing out the no huddle again. My mouth's drier than hell. I need to take a drink. Can't do it because I got to set my defense here while we're doing this. Ooh, I came in hot that time to try to set up that screen on me again. That time it wasn't working. Let's go back man coverage. It's been pretty good in this game, to quote Larry David. Curb your enthusiasm. Pretty good. I probably should have put somebody on a QB spy here, especially since I'm in man, but that's all right because we're going to tackle them short. See if they go. See if they're going to go for it. Nope, they aren't. Beautiful. Finally, I can take a drink. What year is your Dynasty currently? Wick himself gaming. This is 2029, year 6. So if you go to the playlist on the channel, it should just be titled Coach JC's Journey Dynasty Series, if I get that out correctly. You can check it out. I did a year 1 recap video, year 2 recap video, and been streaming individual games since then. But we started off as the offensive coordinator to 1-star there. We were the OC at Jack State. Took him to the CFP twice. Couldn't get it done, but we had really good offensive numbers and did well enough to get the head coaching offer from UCF. Was the head coach there for 3 seasons, and we won 3 straight natties. Now this is our first year at Bama, so trying to get it done here in the SEC now. Coach JC is, rather, I should say. 3rd and 1, boys. Just don't get cute with it. Let's keep the run game rolling. We get to the 4th here. We're going to hit the 2 clock on. Try and get out of here with a dub. 2-score lead in the 4th. We work the clock. It's the motto. A lot of times other than that, we'll be utilizing no huddle. Hopefully a lot more utilizing no huddle in College Football 26. That's something I haven't heard about yet. You guys heard me talk about it on my wish list video if you checked that out. That one thing I'm hoping is in 26. There wasn't in 25. And I don't know why, because it was in 14. And also I think if you play Madden, it works this way, that if you go no huddle, I want access to more plays than just the audibles that are in that formation. If you go turbo no huddle, I think that's fine doing it the way that they did. But if just regular no huddle holding triangle, or if you play on Xbox Y, whatever the button is there for you, I think you should have access to the playbook, plays that fit the personnel grouping you're in, and be able to scroll through all the plays in that formation, at least with the playbook pop up on the screen like they used to have. There we go. Nice little drive starter. Let's hit the chew clock on. Let's try and get out of here.
They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Bunch formation, trying to spring a guy free.
Hey, Luke Bulldog 619 said, found your channel last year for College Football 25. You're one of my favorite YouTubers. Hey, appreciate that, Luke. That means a lot, man. Super nice of you, Luke. You're the man for that shit as well. Just like I told Wick himself gaming earlier. After this game, seems like some of you guys are new to the Coach JC Dynasty series. I'll give you guys an update on his coaching record and where we are season stats wise, which is a good time to do that anyways at the end of the regular season to see what our regular season stats were, right? We're going to go ahead and get this first down, keep this clock rolling. Wick himself gaming said, that's what's up, dude. Currently in year 4 right now with Western Michigan. Not a fan or from Michigan. I enjoy building small schools. Same here. I'm not a fan of any of the teams that I really was in this Coach JC Dynasty. Just kind of go with the flow. With a little exception there. I guess that's a little caveat because I did pick Jack State as the 1-star school. I did want to start off as a 1-star offensive coordinator regardless, but just so lucked out that Jack State was a 1-star because I am a WVU fan and Rich Rod was their coach, of course, last season when I started the Dynasty, and now he's back at WVU. Which is awesome because that's when I first became a fan, was when he was the coach, so it's crazy. But super excited about that, but also that's kind of why I picked Jack State as a starting team. So a little bit of a caveat there, but definitely not a fan of Bama or UCF. No shade thrown towards them. I'm nothing against them or anything, just not my team. But that's all right. We'll win games with them wherever Coach JC goes. I think in 26, I might do the Coach JC thing again at some point, but I want to do just a straight WVU Dynasty, especially now that the real coaches are on the game and I can just be Rich Rod in his first year back and I can just kind of play through his entire tenure in video game form before it happens in real life. I think that's going to be the move for 26. That'll be the initial Dynasty series, is a WVU Dynasty series, and I'm probably going to do a Road to Glory. Started one last year, but wasn't a big fan of the mode, so didn't really continue it after the first couple of days playing the game, just stuck with Dynasty and such. But I think this year it sounds like I'm going to like it a little bit more, so we'll see with what they've done with the college side. I do like that they brought high school back, even though it's not full games. I think it'll still be fun. Especially with the signing day hat ceremony. That's cool. That's a cool addition. Hate those late flags, man, that come out as you're getting tackled. Wick himself Gaming said, I will check out the playlist as well. I like rebuild vids from different creators. Oh, awesome, man. Definitely suggest you scroll down to the beginning of the playlist then. I think it's kind of the first 2 videos on the YouTube playlist because that was when I was at Jack State. What I did then was year 1 recap video that's about an hour long, a little bit less, I think. It goes through kind of the entire season. I picked out like key moments and narrated recap and did the same for year 2. So those are probably the 2 best as far as the rebuild videos in my personal opinion. Other than that, it's just streaming the individual games, and then I popped in pre-recorded fashion and did some updates on stats and such at times in between there. But those are definitely the 2 I would start with if you're a fan of rebuilding videos. Appreciate you checking out that playlist there, Wick himself Gaming. Tider77 said, I went to Jack State. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. So you were probably a fan while Rich Rod was there, man. I thought he did an awesome job there, and I think you guys are going to keep it rolling. I like the hire you made, and you also have still some WVU ties on your staff there. Rick Trickett stayed. I was hoping he'd come to WVU, be our offensive line coach again. He stayed, and you guys brought in his son, Clint Trickett, who's a good offensive coordinator, and he was also a quarterback at WVU. So that's cool. But, yeah, I thought Rich Rod did an awesome job there, transitioning him from FCS to FBS and, winning the conference, the first year in the FBS and getting into a bowl game, a 10-win season. Awesome job, and hoping that he, has WVU rolling quickly off the bat like that again. For people that don't know, if anyone younger is watching this, last time Rich Rodriguez was at WVU, his final 3 years here were the final, the best 3-year run in WVU football history. Were 1 win away from playing for and potentially winning a national championship, was arguably the best team in the country in 2007 with Pat White and Steve Slayton his last year here. So that's what we're talking about getting back to, hopefully, now that Rich Rod's back. But he did some awesome stuff at Jack State, so that's really cool you went there, Tyler. That's got to be your secondary team then, besides Bama, right, Tyler? They burned their timeouts. We're just going to close this thing out. I thought I was going to be able to run it in. Hand it off to Cashman one more time. If he gets the first down, gets in, we'll go ahead and run it in. If not, we'll knee it out. Let's go ahead and punch one more in. Hey, I said what I was going to do before the play. It's all right. We came back from down big in this game. We got to seal it with a statement here. So, 23-7, we were down with less than 2 minutes to go in the first half. Since then, the final 2 quarters and 2 minutes, we'll say, we have outscored them 41-7. Talk about turning the tide. Pun intended there. Roll Tide, motherfuckers. And yet again, close to a 50-burger. But, you know, the defense came out, changed the game, and we hit them with it.
And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Looking for a productive play on first down.
Also, Wick himself Gaming asked, what would you recommend for adjusting Heisman difficulty? Try different sliders, but some games are a little rough at times. You know, great question. And, you know, I'll be able to answer that in past, especially on 14. I ended up having to use a slider set because, you know, Heisman itself wasn't difficult enough after a while. But in my personal experience, you know, maybe I probably should have at some point, you know, maybe after I won 3 straight natties at UCF. And kind of my plan was after this season, if I win another natty at Bama, to maybe find a slider set that makes it a little bit more difficult. But I haven't adjusted the sliders yet on 25, to be honest with you. I just keep it on Heisman stock is what I play. The only adjustment I make is the speed threshold, making it to where, you know, the speed guys actually play like speed guys. That's the only adjustment that I make. You know, so you have the actual true speed disparity there. But I don't know if you're talking about making it more difficult or making it more manageable. But if you're talking about making it more difficult, I may be able to tell you that here, you know, hit me with roughing the passer, damn it. Here in a little bit after this season at Bama, because if it ends up here we win the natty, I think I'm going to try a slider set to make it just a little bit more difficult here at the Heisman level. But I haven't tried it yet on 25, to be honest. I think they did a good job making it difficult enough to where it's still been fun and competitive enough with the CPU at times. You know, I even have a loss this season, and I think even in my natty season, except for one, you know, like I said, I won 3 straight natties at UCF, but I think in all but maybe one of those seasons, I had a loss to the CPU there as well. So I think they did do a good job making Heisman a bit more difficult on this year's version of the game on 25, and sounds like they may have made more improvements to the AI to try and make it even more difficult on 26. So we'll see what happens. But as far as a slider set, I don't really know of yet, unfortunately. Wick himself Gaming, but hopefully in the future I'll be able to provide you more info on that. My bad, man. And Tyler says, yes, sir, Bama and Jack State. I figured as much. Hey, New Grind Entertainment says, I want to see Jacksonville State versus Jackson State. Battle of the Jacksons. Yeah, let's get Jackson State moved up to the FBS now as well, and let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Tider 77 says, I remember when Bama offered the job to Rich Rod at the Heisman thing in New York, and he had accepted it, but when we went to tell his players, he changed his mind. It worked out because Bama got Saban. Yeah, Rich Rod, I saw him making a joke about that. The coaches' caravan's been going on at WVU, they do every summer, where you know, donors can go and talk to the coaches, season ticket holders, you know, such like that. But the joke he always makes is, you know, Bama, he should have a statue outside the stadium alongside of Saban, because without him, you know, Saban wouldn't have been there, and they might not have won those natties, which is a funny joke that he makes. But yeah, that was a crazy situation. I think the way that he tells the story is basically, you know, he was planning to accept it, and he had kind of told them that, you know, he hadn't really signed anything, but it was kind of a verbal agreement. We'll give up a tutty at the end, fuck it. But it was kind of a verbal agreement. But while he was literally on the plane back to Morgantown, he found out that it had leaked, and that's when I think it showed up on ESPN, because that's when I found about it. That was back in the day. You know, you used to watch SportsCenter all the time, back when it was good, back when ESPN was actually good. And across the ticker, it was, you know, Rich Rod to Bama, then they did, you know, the breaking news, Rich Rod to Bama. And once all that leaked and he got back and stuff, he was kind of pissed off. And then, like you said, met with the team and ultimately changed his mind. And kind of what goes through my head. Of course, this didn't happen until later. Obviously this meme wasn't a thing then, but now when you think about it, it's 100% probably he met with the team, and it was probably that moment, that Wolf of Wall Street, Leonardo DiCaprio, that I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. They'll have to bring the National Guard to drag me out this pitch. It was probably that type of moment, but definitely, that was crazy times for sure. I remember that well also. Like I said, because that was right around the time I really started getting into it heavy. Probably around 03, 04 was the first time I became, a fan, so to speak. But 06, 07 is when I really started following it super close. And then from then on, after that 07 season, when it looked like we were going to get to a natty, that's when I was diehard, studying the West Virginia roster, all that. I have a YouTube channel covering West Virginia, Country Roads Webcast. We're getting close to 3,000 subscribers, trying to cross that plateau. If you guys want to sub there as well, you can. 300 yards rushing right there. Speaking of Rich Rod, that's what he always used to say, man. When you rush for 300 yards, it's like taking another team's soul, and that's also, they know it's coming, but you're still getting there. 300 yards rushing, 6 TDs, only 166 yards passing. I like to try and be around 250 each, rushing and passing, ideally. So I had to go a little more rush heavy in this game, but that's all right. We came back, made it a game. Cashman showed out, 192, 5 TDs, 109 yards for Patino. Receiving very balanced. Defensively, we only ended up getting the 1 turnover, but we made some big plays here. Sack and a half shared for Reeves and Shipman, sack for Corbin, forced a fumble, and multiple TFLs here. What we get? Almost double-digit TFLs. We'll take it. All right, so we'll advance. I'll probably go ahead and play this conference tournament as well. May as well. Got a good amount of people in here. Feel like this is rolling pretty nicely. Got some good interactions in the chat, and appreciate that. Whether you're on Twitch or YouTube, got any college football 26 questions, comments, throw them in there. And be sure to subscribe here. I'll not only continue this going here with the College Football 25 gameplay content and us chatting live about College Football 26, but I'll be live as well covering the deep dives as they continue to come out in the lead up to the game. So there'll be plenty of times for us to chat about the game and you to share your thoughts and questions here as well. So let's advance this thing. Let's get to the end of the regular season here. I want to share my regular season stats and stuff, and we'll see the award winners. There's another good commit there. Working on maybe what would be our second top 5 recruiting class here in our 6 years as a coach. Our other one was our final year at UCF, which, funny enough, we just beat UCF the game prior, in the stream we did prior to this one. Penultimate game of the season was against them. Cashman with that big performance, SEC Offensive Player of the Year. Does he get the national? He does get the national as well. All right, so take a swig of my coffee real quick. We got some bye weeks to go through here at the end. But before we do, just because I know we got a couple people in here at least, I think, that I haven't seen in here in the streams or seen watch the JC's Coach JC Dynasty content before. We're in year 6 here. Here's where we stand. 82-6. So first year at Bama, obviously we're 11-1, good regular season there. 9-2 in bowls, 5-0 versus our rivals. 35-6 versus the top 25. 93% career winning percentage, good stuff here. Our playoff record is what I like the best, 9-2 when we've been in the playoffs. Those 2 losses coming at Jackson State, the 1-star school we were at as an offensive coordinator. So, at this point, we're undefeated in the playoffs as a head coach currently throughout our 3 years at UCF. As you see, we locked up 3 natties then. We have 5 conference titles in our 6 years as a coach. That's nice. 4 first-round draft picks, 15 draft picks overall. And we're doing it, with, not the best roster overall throughout this time. Now at Bama, of course, that's going to be a different story. We may even add another one of these, but also have done it with only 1 top 5 recruiting class. So good run here for Coach JC, who's up to a level 37 currently. As far as season stats, let's take a look here where we ended regular season wise. So 12 games regular season over, 3,000 yards passing, 32 TDs for Patino, the freshman QB, but he also adds 1,300 yards rushing and 21 touchdowns. Cashman, right at 1,700 yards rushing, 27 touchdowns of his own. Receiving-wise, we got Ellington, 965, Haywood, 902, both really similar stats. 11 TDs for each, both 50-plus catches. Then my guy Rooks, 482 and 4 TDs, but he did make a big play. It was up on one of the YouTube shorts if you guys didn't see it. Defensively, We had a couple of guys right here, our two corners, Fisago, who didn't play well this past game. He had a bad game, but they have 11 picks between the two of them. 6 for Fumagalli, who's a redshirt freshman who's going to be really good. And then our safety Cummins has 4. Like I said, did a good job forcing turnovers. You see here, what do we got? 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 picks on the season we forced. So not good defensive yardage numbers, but we do have good, turnover numbers that we forced. I guess we should say, 3 fumbles to go along with that. So that's nice. And if we look at the team stats, you can see our offense has been dominant. And, throughout the Coach JC Dynasty series, one thing that we've done consistently, I think every single year, maybe there's one in there that we haven't, but I'm pretty sure that's every single year that we've been here in the Coach JC Dynasty series, even when we were an OC at Jack State. We led the nation in rushing. We led the nation in points per game, rush touchdowns, and first downs. You can see here at Bama, we've taken it to a better level, lead the nation in total offense by a wide margin, nearly a 2,000-yard advantage. Also, a lot better passing numbers here at Bama than we typically have had. And, of course, leading the nation in rushing by nearly 2,000 yards as well. Averaging, over 50 points per game. That's big. And, of course, leading the nation in rush touchdowns and first downs, like I said, has usually been the case. Defensively, our numbers aren't the best. We probably have, I was about to say, one of the worst defensive numbers yardage-wise. We're giving up both pass yardage and total yardage. Rushing defense, we're actually not as bad. Points, we've given up a good bit. But look at us. Lead the nation in sacks. Lead the nation in picks. That's what we do here. We give up some yardage, but we're going to get our sacks. We're going to force our turnovers. And that's how we've been getting it done throughout the Coach JC Dynasty series. So that's where that stands. Let's check our recruiting, and then we'll advance through these bye weeks, get to the conference title, and hey, may as well play another one. Wick himself gaming says, I agree. Heisman is my default. I like the pressure and toughness, honestly. What speed threshold you have? So what I've always done with the speed threshold, which is usually the only adjustment I really make to settings, like I said, it's safer back in 14 when you had to change, of course, to a different difficulty setting because you were playing Heisman mode so far. You got used to it. You had to use some sliders. Might have to use that in the future. Where is it? It might be under sliders, actually. I think speed threshold is. Which, as you can see, nothing else I've changed. Just Heisman stock. The only adjustment that I make is speed threshold, which I guess I haven't made it in this one. I thought that I did. I thought I made it in the custom, but I usually put this on down to 0 because then that makes, the speedier players faster and, like it's originally supposed to be. But I've enjoyed the way it's played, so I'm not going to make that change here in this one, I guess. So I guess it's, I guess I haven't made any changes. Thought that I usually put speed threshold on 0, though, is what I usually do with himself gaming. So let's roll here, see where we are recruiting-wise. Like I said, may have a chance at another top 5 class. We were 7th. We've moved up to number 5 now. Just got a couple more commits in recently. For those that haven't seen it yet, we have the number 2 athlete in the country, the number 1 receiver, the number 7 athlete in the country, the number 1 athlete in the country, the number 1 running back in the country, the number 3 QB, the number 4 athlete in the country, top 20 right guard, 6'5", 319. We're trying to beef up this offensive line. Obviously, this is, not my roster of guys I've recruited at Bama. I like my offensive line to go 320 plus across the board personally. And then we got the number 2 right tackle in the country, 6'4", 333. Got the number 7 free safety. This is what's exciting to me about being at a school like Bama. I've not really been at many, blue blood schools, especially not yet here in this Coach JC Dynasty series. So, it's a whole nother world of recruiting, going out and getting these 5 stars and these, top recruits in the country. As you can see, this is only going to be potentially my second top 5 recruiting class, and having one in my first year at Bama is big because then once we continue to win, we're going to really reel in some recruiting classes. So it's going to be exciting. Hopefully hoping to get at least one more season in here on this one maybe before we get to 26. That's what I'm hoping for. We'll see how it plays out. Lost out on the number 4 right end, but just to reel it out here, also have top 15 defensive tackle, a right end, not the best ratings there, but he is a decent pickup there coming from, this kind of the in-state recruiting here, getting him from Alabama and getting this JUCO right tackle as well from Alabama. It goes right at 320. Then we got some other guys we're going after here. Recently got a commitment from Hester, deep threat receiver, top 30 in the country, but 97 speed. That's what excites me there. We got locked out of Kafka. Let's take him off the board. Damn it, Kafka. So let's see here. Let's max out on the guys that we have left here. I don't think I have any more visit points left. I don't believe. I'll double check that momentarily. But I've got enough guys committed that I can spend of max hours on everyone that I have left on the board and just try and go and get what I have left. I'm satisfied with what I have already, and probably just get the rest of our guys via the portal. Whatever guys we get here is great, but I would love to get another 5 to 10 guys in the portal if there's some good prospects there. That's the thing. There's not a ton of good prospects in the portal as you get later into Dynasty, as I'm sure we all know with this being year 6. We'll have to wait and see. But you can still scout and find some gems there in the portal. I have the past couple of years at least. So at UCF I did anyway. So hopefully I'm able to do that here at Bama. So let's see where we're sitting here. We have 23 guys on the board. I've removed players that aren't committed or have committed elsewhere. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 guys left recruiting. So we have 14 commits. Is that right? Yeah, 14 commits. 5 5-stars, 7 4-stars, 2 3-stars. That's what we're going after now. Let me just make sure. I don't think I have any more visit windows left. Yeah, I do not. So we're just leaving it like that, and we're rocking it out, seeing where we go. Our regular season's over. We're just going to the conference title game, and I'll go ahead and play one more game once we get there. Just got to get through these bye weeks here. Derek Lopez says, is QB DNA in college football 26? That's a mystery right now, right? As we land a 4-star center, which is big. Because I saw someone tweeted out, one of the college football accounts on social media, I can't remember which one, but then I saw another one say that they got it confirmed that it wasn't in the game. So it sounds like maybe it's a feature on Madden and someone jumped the gun thinking it was going to be in college football 25 too, and it may not be. We'll have to wait and see for sure when they do like the gameplay deep dive. Sounds like it's going to be more of a Madden feature this upcoming season, which sounds like Madden's going to have a couple features that aren't on college football, which I'm okay with that. I like them having a couple features that aren't on, to differentiate the games each year. And then, when you go to a future edition, if it's something that the Madden people like, then you can add that to college football and vice versa. Sounds like Madden's going to have some really cool weather, like dynamic weather, and some really cool weather that's like next level. Just what the way it looks and stuff. We'll see. I think the full reveal of Madden's tomorrow. I personally won't cover it here on the JCCFB channel probably. Not really my thing. Like I said, I'm not even probably going to get Madden this year. I'm just strictly a college football guy. I'm not big on pro sports in general. But I think QB DNA is going to be in Madden with some, weather stuff that's not going to be in CFB 25. But we'll wait and see. If I had to guess right now, I'd say I don't think it's going to be in CFB 26. I think I said 25 there. That happens a lot right now. Trying to differentiate as CFB 26 still new to the brain. And I've been saying 25 for so long. But if I had to guess, Derek, I would say I don't think QB DNA is going to be in college football 25, but hey, we'll wait and see. Got deep dives coming up to find out for sure. Rodney Dukes Jr., appreciate you, man, as well. Derek, Rodney, don't think I've seen you guys in here before. If I haven't, be sure you're subscribed here for the news updates and the lead up to the game, all kinds of cool gameplay content, and hit the like button right in here if you'd help me out with that. Oh, number 5 Arkansas in the SEC title game. That's a cool top 5 matchup. But I don't think exporting draft classes is coming back, man. Maybe one day they'll figure out a way to work it out. But, especially with it being so early in the game, they're so concerned about the legal issues. They don't want to do anything that could threaten the life of the video game itself. And because of that, we're probably not going to get the ability to export draft classes to Madden. They can do it with Road to Glory because, it's a fictional player. But when, go get to real players, then you have them on another game. Then it brings in the legal issues of, do we have to pay them twice? Does Madden have to pay them twice? How does that work out? And that's just kind of the reasons they've given. And I think just for the foreseeable future, it's probably not going to happen. I would love to be surprised and be wrong there. Maybe at least they could give us a way to do it custom wise. That would be cool. Maybe, I don't know. I know it's not the same, but I guess you can still do that on Madden. So, that's something. But I know people want to do it to be able to do it, later in their dynasties with the players they've, done good stuff with, the guys they've recruited. I get all that, and that's always fun. I'd like to do it myself as well, but just because of how everything went down, we didn't have the game for a decade plus because of legal issues, and because of legal issues that presents. Personally, I'd be surprised if it happens, but I'd love to be surprised to see it happen. But appreciate the question, Rodney. You guys got any other college football 26 questions, comments, throw them in there as we try and get to the conference title game here in the Coach JC Dynasty Series. Here in my first year as the head coach of Bama. Everybody's maxed out here, looks like. All right, let's roll on. Also, new menu music is coming. I'll probably still have to keep it muted because YouTube, I found, has a couple of my early streams, they hit with a copyright strike for the drum line. So that's why you don't hear any music playing on mine, if you were wondering. But We got Bama versus Arkansas here in the conference title now. See where we are recruiting-wise. Looks like guys may have committed elsewhere, and that's fine. That's funny they committed to my old school there at UCF. I'm perfectly fine with just, letting these high school guys go wherever they may. They're just kind of the guys that added late to be, late additions here. We've got what I really want high school-wise recruiting, just kind of waiting around for the portal. So I'm cool with all that. And I'm ready to play this SEC title game. Before we do, let's take a look. Should be a potential another Heisman winner for Bama. One of the two here, Patino or Cashman. We'll see how it goes. Could win the Heisman, and we'll have some award winners. So we'll play the conference championship game. We'll take a look at our award winners here before we wrap up this stream. Got another 30, 40 minutes here. We'll go close to 2 hours on this one. So plenty of time to throw in questions, comments here for College Football 26, guys. And be sure, whether you're watching live or on a playback here on YouTube, help me out by hitting that thumbs up button. And be sure to subscribe to the channel for gameplay content, not only for 25, but 26 when it comes out. We'll have gameplay tips, Dynasty series like this one, all that fun stuff as well. And I'll have news in the lead up to the game like I've been dropping. Be sure to check out the news update I dropped on the channel earlier today if you haven't already. Pretty cool fun stuff with Dynasty, which I also touched on earlier in this stream. Let's see. Let's rock the white and primary. Switch up the cleats. That's the only negative about being a Bama, not any jersey options. But that's okay. We'll take the tradition and the great recruiting and all of that over anything. Gordon Smith, appreciate you on YouTube, man. Must be a fellow WVU fan. Hey, let's go Mountaineers. If you guys are WVU fans by chance watching this, be sure to check out my other channel, Country Roads Webcast, on YouTube, where I cover the Mountaineers. We're trying to get close to 3K subscribers, just like we're on the hunt for 1K here on JCCFB. Help us reach that by the time the game comes out. That would be awesome. Considering doing a giveaway, if we get closer to that, and I feel like there's a chance we may reach it before the game comes out, I'll let you guys know what that giveaway may be. We'll see how it plays out. I'm waiting until closer to July to decide on that. But Gordon Smith, my fellow WVU fan, before I get off on a tangent, asks, will you be doing a WVU Dynasty? And yes, I will. I mentioned that a little bit earlier in the stream, probably before you hopped in here, Gordon. But my plan for 26, actually, I didn't get to do it for 25. I did this Coach JC Dynasty series more so. I did do one season of a WVU Dynasty, but for 26, my plan is to do a WVU Dynasty as my main initial Dynasty series. May get to Coach JC again, but I want to do a WVU Dynasty series. Start off, I'm just going to run it as Rich Rod, since the real coaches are on the game and you can be them. I'm going to be Rich Rod and get to play out his tenure, in fictional form here in video game format before it happens in real life for the 2.0 era. Get to experience the Rich Rod 2.0 era in video game format first. So, yes, indeed, Gordon. Be sure you're locked in here, subscribe to the JCCFB channel, because when College Football 26 comes out, I'm rolling with the WVU Dynasty series, and I'll probably start that for the early release for the deluxe edition on July 7th, because I think my plan for that one, actually, funny enough, is going to be, you guys know I'm a custom playbook guy, but I'm going to try and make it a straight WVU Dynasty and be in Rich Rod, so as far as to even run the WVU playbook. It's probably going to be something I'm going to do with that one, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to run it as if I'm Rich Rod. My thought process for the WVU Dynasty in 26, what would Rich Rod do? That's going to be what we're considering there. But appreciate the question, Gordon Smith. Appreciate all the questions, interactions, and chat. You guys keep them coming here in chat as we play the conference title game here in the first year at Bama in the Coach JC Dynasty Series, try and take down Arkansas in the SEC title game and head to the college football playoff as one of the top-ranked teams in the nation. Not off to a good start here. Just trying to catch them off guard here on 3rd and 10. But loving the College Football 26 question, guys. Love that we're getting some news leaking out here, even before we get the true deep dive started. You guys got any other questions, just throw them in there, and I'll touch on those as we go through here. And the run does catch them off guard on 3rd and 10. Occasionally, you can get them with that. 3rd and long, hit them with a quarterback draw, hit them with a run play. It might happen. I love that I got 3 impact players up front, 2 of them being my tight ends. And I am the type of guy that, yes, I am that extra. You guys saw me, when I was talking about the recruiting process. You guys probably saw it when I was at UCF, how I built up that offensive line, and I plan to do the same here at Bama. Right around, I'll settle for 315, but I like to have, 320 plus across the board. And, yes, I will convert either an athlete that I recruit, which I have a couple here that I'm recruited at Bama that are going to be probably candidates to do this. Go get guys that are athletes at around 280, 290. Here at Bama, I found a couple that are 300 plus pounds and are close to 80 speed, and I take those guys and I convert them to tight ends and fullbacks, and then you have 280, 290 pound blockers out in front for your runs. I'd like to have one receiving tight end, but I will have one tight end like that, and I will have my fullback be that type of player as well. Really helps a ton in the run game. And like I said, haven't had a chance to do that yet at Bama. That's why this offensive line's been giving up some stuff here, as you've seen throughout these couple games. Hopefully that won't be the case once I get my guys in here. Not a knock on some of these guys. They do have some good players on this O-line, but some of them have left it a little bit to be desired as well. Good pull, Patino, on the mesh there. Get it to 3rd and 1. Let's try and start off with a 7-0 lead here. Let's go back to our short yardage play. Didn't work early in the first game. We went to RPO read slide play. Let's try and see if we have better luck here. We got 2-on-2 with the bubble. We might hit the bubble on this one. Let's see how they play it. Yeah, let's try the bubble. Let's get Haywood right here. He's got the first down. I don't go to the bubble on that play a lot, to be honest with you. It is a decent option, but a lot of times I play the read option, run that with the QB and the running back, and then the guy leaking out there that's faking the split zone block. The tight end's usually my other read, but I just liked the way that looked on the initial setup. Let's try and hit the tight end right here. We got him. Set us up 1st and goal. That's the play that the last game, if you guys have been watching the stream the entire time here during the regular season, that I was trying to run against Kentucky, where I was talking about he got hung up. He was getting pushed outside and couldn't get past the man coverage in time before I could get the throw off. That time, got it through cleanly. One of my favorite pass plays on the game there, slot fade. If you guys have seen my pass play tips video on the channel, you've seen that one before. Try and get outside here with Cashman on the goal line. See my big boy 52 there? That's one of the offensive linemen that was at Bama that I did convert this offseason already to a fullback, 52 there. Laying the groundwork, leading the way. You can see what I talk about there, practicing what I preach there in action. That's not even a guy that I recruited that did that. That's just a guy that was on the roster that wasn't going to be in my 2 deep on the offensive line. So, hey, you're under 300 pounds. You're not going to be in my 2 deep. See what you do at fullback. And he's been a good addition for me there. Don't know if he'll be the starter there next season, because I said I got a couple of those 300-pound athletes that are athletic enough to play fullback, tight end coming in at Bama next year, so we'll see what happens. But good lead here to start the game. A Wick himself gaming says, "What's your best college football game?" Great question, and that's funny because I was actually thinking probably in the lead up to 26. I need to re-rank the games, because then I'll probably have to re-rank them again once 26 comes out and I have some time with it, right? So maybe that'll be like the tradition is before each one comes out, re-rank the series again. I did do that before 25 came out. If you can go on the channel, go to the playlist. I do have one. It's just Ncaa Football Video Game Rankings. I think it's the only video in the playlist right now, is I did rank all of them. I think if I remember correctly, I had 14, 1. And then up in the top 5, I know, right, I can't remember the order off the top of my head. You have to check out the video to be 100% honest with you. But I know 06 is up there. I know 2011's up there. 2013's up there. Some of the ones off the top of my head that are up there. Good 3 and out. We got off to a great start here, much better than the last game. But yeah, check out that video for the exact ranking. I can give it to you. It'll be probably better than me giving it to you off the top of my head. But I do want to go back and re-rank it with 25, because although I think there's some issues that keep 25 from maybe being, your best game overall, because of some. Let's go Ellington. Let's get in there, buddy. Oh, I should have kept going. I thought I was going to be able to cut inside of him. Damn it. I think there are some issues with 25 that maybe keep it from being the best overall. But one thing that 25 has going for it that at least puts it in the top 5 at the very least, I think, regardless, is it's the highest selling sports video game of all time. That puts you up there automatically. You've got to be considered as a top 5 video game, for sure. Say what you will about this game, whatever you want to, whatever negative things you have to say about it. I really loved it as a return to form. To bring back the series, and you guys know I played a ton of hours on it. I need to look and see exactly how many, but definitely more than the average. I think they said on average everybody was like 480. I'm above that for sure, but I would definitely say this would probably be my top 5 now. But as Rodney Duke says there, 14 is my number 1 though. I think I do remember that correctly. Which people go back and forth between 14 and 13. I think the recruiting is one reason why I prefer the recruiting on 14 more than 13. I think I'm in the minority there in that camp, but I do prefer that, and that's why I like 14 better. As well some other cool options with, the coordinators being at 13 may have had the coordinators as well. I don't want to speak out of turn. Can't remember 100%, but the addition to be able to be the coordinator in Dynasty and stuff that was on those later games. They were on 13 and 14. Can't remember if 13 had it for sure, but I know 14 definitely had the cool addition. There's Fisago making a play. Wasn't getting it done last game. We're going to start off getting it done from this jump here on defense in this one. But 14, I love the thing of having the website that 14 had. Just a lot of the cool functions that Ncaa Football 14 had. I think that we haven't even matched yet in the next gen of video games. Since then, some of the features that 14 had with like that companion website where you could not only go on there and recruit when you were away, but you could create stories and write your own Dynasty stories that would show up on the pages in your online Dynasties and stuff, like you were a journalist, and game summaries, cool stuff like that. That was fun. And we haven't even had that recreated. So 14 was definitely just number one for me. I really do love it. I love 06 because that's still my favorite version of Road to Glory they've ever had. Was that first version they had that I think was called Race for the Heisman or something. What a pass and what a grab. He couldn't have put that in a better spot. Perfect grab too. Hell yeah, Haywood. We're out here running amok in the SEC title game, hitting them with it. But 06, that was my favorite version of Road to Glory. That's why one reason it was up there. That was my probably favorite game on the PS2 era. I know 08 was up there pretty high because it was the first one that I played on the 360, and the graphics jump. 08 looked incredible graphics-wise going to the 360. Oh yeah, let's not give that up. Good thing 81's, that's Isaac, he's 97 speed. So I know it's up there for me because of that. That's the one where you had Desmond Howard on the cover. And then Ncaa Football 11 with Tim Tebow on the cover. I really love a lot of the gameplay improvements and stuff they did on that one. And that was also, when they first moved to that engine they used from 11 on, which I think was the best college football video game engine ever, and one of the better sports games video engine. Backbreaker, if you guys remember that game, that's probably the best sports video game engine ever, just because the physics that it had. The game wasn't the best, but the engine was incredible. I think here in the modern day, the engines that Madden and college football use are more animation-based versus physics-based. The engines we used on last gen were a little bit better, to be quite honest with you. That's also why 14's up there high for me. That Infinity Engine 2.0 that it had was really good as well. So that's also why it ranks up there. But off the top of my head, those are some of my favorites. 06 on the PS2 days. Then, when you move to the next gen, the graphics jump that you made with 08. 08 was really special to me because of that. So 06 and 08 are in the top 5, I think, if I remember correctly. Like I said, check out the video to be for sure. 11 was one of my favorite for gameplay advancements, and then 13 and 14 are both really good games. And now I would say 25 is going to definitely move into that top 5 somewhere. So it's going to be interesting to see when I re-rank the games, because I think I may have did top 15 last time. I can't remember, because I think I started with, when I kind of started playing the game, which I think was probably 02, 03 range. It's kind of, I didn't want to rank any of the ones that I hadn't played myself. And I may have really honestly started with probably like 04, 05 rankings wise, because that's probably when I started playing it consistently and really falling in love with the game, and it becoming my favorite video game of all time was around that time. So that's probably when I started with the rankings. Can't remember if I did a top 10 or top 15. But regardless, however I ranked them, I think it's going to be fun to jump back into that ranking here, and I'll try and do that in the near future. And I think last time I did it as a live stream, probably try and do that again so I can get some of your all's lists as well as I go through there and re-rank them. But I think it'll be interesting to see, because College Football 25 certainly into however many I rank, 10 or 15. And I think personally it's probably going to be in the top 5 automatically, just because of what it did sales-wise is incredible. Second highest video game selling video game of the year, only behind Call of Duty Black Ops, and highest selling sports video game of all time, which is incredible. So it's going to be in there, and it's going to be interesting to see what it knocks off the list. I can't remember what I had near the bottom. I think Ncaa Football 05 for me was one I didn't like. I think people that played it on PlayStation 3 really enjoyed that game, but with Xbox, it came on a disc pack with this tennis game called Top Spin, and it was terrible. It would freeze up all the time. It didn't even function right. I never really even got to properly enjoy Ncaa Football 05, which is probably one of the reasons I loved Ncaa Football 06, was because I didn't really like 05 that much. And I played 06 more on the PS2, actually, I think, funny enough. I had both systems at the time, which I've always kind of gone back and forth on the systems. You know, I played PS2 for a while, probably from like 06 through 06 and 07. And then I think maybe even had 08 on PS2, and then that's when I bought the 360 and then got 08 on it as well. And then I played 360, of course, through 14, and then back to PlayStation now, having the PS5 here for 25. But great question. It really sent me down a damn tangent, Wick Himself Gaming. I appreciate that, though. But hope you guys that are interested in that, and if Wick Himself Gaming, I'm sure probably will himself, check out my video where I went in depth on why I ranked those games where I ranked them. But that was just a little bit off the top of my head. But I had notes and stuff in that video, so it's a little bit better there and a little bit more well thought out here. As we're having a good first half here in the SEC title game, even though I haven't been talking a ton about what's going on game-wise, but that's fine, because that's kind of what this is about with these Coach JC Dynasty series here, the tail end as we lead up to 26. I want to talk about some other things, including the new game, not just the game I'm playing, and that gives us fun things to talk about as well. All right, Patino, hit that corner. Oh, we got a flag. I didn't even notice that. It doesn't matter anyway. Well, let's crack open this Dr. Pepper cherry since I'm out of coffee.
So the holding penalty in the offense backs him up 10 yards.
That hits the spot. But speaking of rankings, for you guys that weren't in here earlier, I did rank the Dr. Pepper flavors, which for me is Dr. Pepper 0 because got to watch the sugar. But for me, it's the cherry, number 1. Blackberry, or I think I'd go strawberries and cream over blackberry. They're both kind of probably a similar level for me, rating-wise, but cherry's the number 1 for me of the Dr. Pepper flavors. But you can't beat OG Dr. Pepper either. But cherry's the closest to it. The closest to it by far. Had what I wanted right there. That was going to be a tutty if I got that off. But didn't have enough good blocking and got hit. They took the penalty. 2nd and down. All right. I'm trying to take a shot again because I liked the way that looked. And this guy, Isaac, he's my speedster, man. He's young, super young, not the best overall yet, but 97 speed. See if we can get him loose here on one of my favorite pass plays. It was also featured on that pass play tips video I did. He's not open, but that's all right. Our little check down here to Ellington is take what we can get. They were playing deep, obviously. I mean, it's 2nd and 25. Got to kind of expect that. Let's go same formation, but RNS 590 Texas. Put Ellington on a little smart route so he gets past the sticks. We'll do the same for our boy Isaac. But with the way they're lined up, I'm actually going to put him on the corner instead of the post. So we got corners going both sides. Ellington looks like he's going to be there. Not a good throw by me, but he was open enough that it didn't matter. Whew, made me nervous because I didn't get a good throw off. Rodney Duke said, bro, great-ass throw. Sheesh. I appreciate that, Rodney. Appreciate that. I think you're maybe referencing that tutty throw. Because definitely not referencing the one I just made. Blew up the damn option. 2nd and 15. Man, we keep getting behind the chains here on this drive, but we keep battling out of it. That's all that matters. There's Ellington on the trail route. Smooth like butter. Smooth like butter. All right. We need to get a first down here. 3rd and 3. 4 down territory for me. In between the 30 and 40. Probably 4 down territory. But we might not need it. Cashman's going to get there. And he's big back. That's what I like about Cashman for you guys that didn't see me go through the depth chart on the last stream. Cashman, he's up there in the Heisman watch. Him or Patino one's probably going to win it. But Cashman's 233 pounds, and he's 94 speed. And like I said, these are just guys that were already here. So, you know, Bama had some good players already on the roster when I got here. Which is surprising because they let their coach go. I think they only won 6 or 7 games last year. But they have some good players that actually fit what I like to do, which was lucky for me. Oh, come on. No way. He should have been laying on the ground, and I should have been able to just get through there clean. What a load of donkey shit. All right. Let's make a play here on 3rd down again. 3rd and 6. Pick up sticks. Can't believe y'all didn't get that Workaholics quote earlier. Now every time I drop a quote, I'm just going to have to ask you guys if you know what it's from. Just just keep giving you guys pop quizzes in the chat. And if that doesn't help your movie and TV show knowledge enough, you're just going to have to check out the other channel. You're just going to have to do it. They're telling me to go for it. I'm going to go for it. Field goals ain't going to get it done here in the conference title and the playoffs, and that's where we're at now. We're in the conference title, and we're moving to the playoffs. He blew that by that block, but we still had just enough. We will take it. And now, let's go ahead and try and use up the rest of this second quarter clock. Go up 3 scores if we can, whether it's a field goal or a tutty. Yeah, I like it. Got him. Stay in bounds. That's what I was worried about. I should have ran that to the wide side. That's on me. That's on me. And I apologize. I apologize for my mistake there. I'm really sorry about what happened. But we're going to make up for it. We're going to get into that end zone. But it ain't going to be on that play because they just decided not to block that man. We might have to settle for the field goal. We might have to settle for the bronze. It's all right. We're going to stay in the middle of the field. Oh, they took a timeout. Smart of them, because I was going to run that thing down to the final seconds. That's all right. We're holding for about 40 seconds or so. Just got to knock down this field goal. All right, so 3-score game. Wanted it to be more. Wanted it to be 28-7. And we'll take the 17-point lead into half. Just got to hold him here for these last little bit. See if he'll return that. Go ahead and return that. We're going to hold him. Hold him back. Yes, sir. Hold him back close to the 15. Yep, 17-yard line. Exactly what we wanted. Thought about high kicking it, but I just didn't get full power on it, and that worked out as well. We need to put a QB spy on here just in case. Play the middle of the field with my dog Weinstein. Hate his name, but he's a great player. Come on, man. Who's on him? Let's get man coverage. I played it too safe right there. Let's go man across the board here. And I'm going to get on a D line and see if we can't get in here and get a little pressure on this man. Oh, yeah. Oh, what? Jump that. Oh, my God. Here we go. They're gonna make it a 2-score game. They're going to make it a 2-score game now. They're in field goal range. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Are we really blowing this right now? We are really doing this. Tackle him. Yes. Made him use that last time out. That's big. Now let's do cover 1 with the strong safety blitz here. Where's the blitzer? Who's the blitzer? Ah, fuck. I meant to get on the blitzer. Damn it. But I'm getting him anyways. I wanted to get on the blitzer and play coverage with him. Is that 4th down? What's the down here? Oh, I thought that was 4th down. I probably shouldn't have called that timeout then. But that's all right. We're gonna stay in this cover 1. Oh, they're kicking it on 3rd. He missed it. He missed it. We keep the 17-point lead, all because of the sack pushed them back. Hey, look at me rhyming. Look at me rhyming. All right, 6 seconds. I'm on the 38. I think I'm gonna hit a QB draw here. At least that's the plan. If it's not there, I might have to throw this bubble. And I'd love to try and get down with a second and throw a Hail Mary. But hey, if not, we'll just go in half. Oh, okay, that worked out. That works out. We'll take it. Let's take a shot at the end zone. Take a shot at the end zone, shall we? I like the shot save clock play as far as the Hail Mary is concerned. Let's get you a little bit deeper. Make sure you get into that end zone. And we got one-on-one maybe with Haywood on the other side. Let's see.
Here's the snap. Looking to throw here.
Not quite, but he's got him beat. He's got him beat, y'all. Oh, I maybe should have thrown it a second sooner. Oh, man, I didn't get enough on it. I probably should have thrown it a second sooner. Let him run under it. I thought I was going to be able to let him run under it, and I was. That defensive back reached out and made a play at the last second. That was going to be a touchdown to end the half on a Hail Mary play. And honestly, I don't even throw to that single side a lot. Usually I try and hit that corner route. But he got behind the safety. And it was literally behind the corner, too, who just made a last-second play because I had to lob it up to try and let him run under it. But good half. Close it out. Win a SEC title. My first year here at Bama, and let's go to the CFP. That's what's going to happen. Go ahead, get to the fourth quarter. Keep this 2-score lead. Get to the fourth quarter. 3-score lead right now, but keep at least a 2-score lead into the fourth. We'll milk the clock, and we'll go home with the SEC championship and go to the CFP. I mean, my gosh, what more do you want? Yeah, get after him. Get after him, y'all. That one just happened to be literally ran right into my blitz. It ran directly into where I was blitzing. That's just unfortunate for them. All right, 3rd and 5. Let's get back into the little man here. Little cover 1 action. I'm going to cover the back in case they try and swing it out. Boom, got the screen covered as well. We are in business. What a start. 3 and out to start the second half as well. Let's get it, Bama. Roll Tide. The Tide is rolling. Ellington's got some wear and tear on him. He's not going to be able to get loose. If that's a full, healthy Ellington, that might be a tutty right there. That could have been a tutty if that's full, healthy Ellington. All right, let's try and catch him off guard here. Go with my little heavy under center set and try and hit him deep. It's not there. It's not there. Should have probably waited and hit the guy coming across the middle, but thought I was going to be able to slip through there. But that's the thing here on this one. You got to diagnose your first couple reads. If they're not there, just try and take off because that protection is going to break down. Man, I swear the last few run plays I've ran, holding. Ridiculous out here. See if they accept it. Yep, put me in 2nd and 18. All right. But shoot, it's only 6:30. You know, depending on what happens the rest of the evening, guys. I know this will be the last game of this stream, the conference title, but I may come back and play a little bit of the CFP later tonight and see if we can get some more people in here, do a little bit more CFB 26 talk and a little bit more Q&A. So be on the lookout for that. If so, I'll probably do it around 8:30ish, 8:30ish. We'll see. But thinking about it. Hadn't done any of the gameplay live streams where I get a chance to chat with you guys and answer your questions and stuff. And, of course, the College Football 26, being hungry for that news allows more people to come in here and makes them more liable to. And it's fun to chat with you guys, and I've been enjoying it. So I might just come back again. May as well. This is the 2nd video I put out on the channel today. May as well make it a 3rd. 2 live streams and then the pre-recorded, which if you guys haven't checked that out, be sure to check that out for some news updates on College Football 26's Dynasty mode. A couple of game-changing features, potentially. All right, we're up big here. If we score on this drive, we're turning a chew clock on our next drive, whether it's 4th quarter or not. And Cashman's not even having the best game. You know, I don't want to get ahead of myself. He does have a couple touchdowns, though, so that helps. But might just mean Patino's locking up the Heisman. Ooh, that pitch was a little bit lingered in the air, a little bit too long for my liking. A little bit too long for my liking. But it's all good. Cashman back in here on 2nd and 8. We'll put it in his hands with 52 leading the way, with 66 leading the way on the toss play. And that's just easy money. Oh, they didn't give him the 6. That was a touchdown. Oh, you get the pylon. Oh, my gosh. You got to be kidding me, man. That's all right. He'll get it right here. Tutty for Cashman. Give him another one. 3 tutties today. He had 5 last game. I don't know. I mean, that's 8 tutties in the last 2 games, though. He might have a chance at the Heisman still yet. Not the best rushing numbers yet, but I guess we do still have another quarter and some change, so he'll probably get over 100 and, you know, be giving him the ball a good bit since we're trying to work the clock here for our SEC championship. So maybe, I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be interesting to see if Cashman wins the Heisman or Patino wins the Heisman. That's a hell of a problem to have, right? 2 players, you don't know which one's going to win the Heisman. It's been the case past couple seasons, though. It was like that at UCF the last couple years there, too. I got the screen. I had a guy right there breaking through the blocks anyway, so that worked out good.
Incompletion sets up a second down.
I'm running it. Oh, good cutback. I'd slanted everyone to the right. I had a feeling he was going to run that way, and then he cut back. Schlurth. Oh, nobody home. I ran that zone blitz at the wrong time. Need to stick with my man coverage. It's been doing me good this game. As I say that, I just called another zone blitz play. It's one of my favorite plays on the game, and I couldn't pass it up when I saw it pop up in the suggestions. Yes, user TFL. Ackerman. That's my favorite player on my defense at Bama so far this first season. Probably I like him. Him and Fumagalli, the corner. Both those guys are ballers. Straight ballers. Take it on the halfback. Yes, sir. Wasn't going to let him hit that check down, and then he didn't have nothing, man. He just had to take it and eat that. Speaking of, there's a sack. All right, now we'll play a little zone coverage. Back up off of him. I'll control the blitzer, but I'm really just going to play coverage. Oh, he's taking a shot. That's a pick. Cummins. We're going to break out that ball out belt yet again. Turnover for Bama. This game's over. Now it's just a matter of how quick can we get out of here with the dub. Because we're going to turn the 2 clock on, y'all. So any College Football 26 questions, comments you got, now's the time. Because I'd say this thing will wrap up in the next 15 minutes. And then, like I said, I'll probably take a little break. May come back on, do one more stream. We'll see how it goes.
The offense with some pre-snap eye candy. Takes the toss and heads left.
Do need to play this a decent amount if we're going to try and get through one more season after this year before 26. It might be a good idea to try another stream. We'll see, though. Oh, I thought I threw that. I didn't hit it in time, I guess. Well, damn. So much for chewing clock. We can go 3 and out. Oh, get there. Oh, no. Oh, we overthrew him. Yeah, I can't go for it right now up this big. I'd love to. And especially because that just pissed me off because that should have been a big play and a first down. And it's off by this much. They have negative 18 rushing yards. Our defense came to play in the conference title. At least we got that going. But man, oh man. That should have been a big play completion. Yeah, give us that roll. Give us that roll. Yes, sir. Inside the 20. Good punt. Good punt. We'll take it.
And the Arkansas offense back out on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. Looking to throw it on first down.
Oh, I thought for sure that might have been another pick. A lot of traffic. He just threw that through. I don't know how he got it. How he got that in there. Man, big hole there. Don't like that. Don't like that, Jim. Okay. Let's get it to the 4th. Let's get it to the 4th. All right, here we go, y'all. 4s. 4s up. 4s in chat. 4s in chat. If you're in the chat, throw the 4s in there, man. About to be 4th quarter. 4th quarter of the SEC title game before we head to the CFP. 4th quarter of the final game of this stream here in the Coach JC Dynasty series. 4s up, y'all. 4s up. Pretty balanced attack this game.
Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter.
Come on, Weinstein. 4 in the chat from Tider. That's what I need. I knew my guy Tider would be there, always supporting the Tide. 4th quarter. Closing out this SEC championship, Tider. That's right. 4's up. 4's up in the chat. Oh. I thought I switched onto the corner. I switched on the safety. I screwed that all up. Get out of that zone coverage again, man. Zone coverage is not working today, but the man has been pretty proficient. Or efficient, I guess would be the correct word there.
Good for a first down. The offense working with a new set of downs here. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw.
Yep. Because I'm telling you, man, my man coverage holds up long enough that I've been getting pressure with just rushing 4. No blitzers.
So second down after the incompletion.
'Cause my man coverage is pretty good. And then I just play zone with the other man.
The shotgun drops back.
Try and lurk across this middle here. And my defense is getting pressure on this. So let's just stay with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's go with the one with the QB spy. We'll get on the blitzer here and play coverage with him. Make sure that's right. It is. We got him. Man, we're getting home. Arkansas's offensive line is not holding up in the SEC title game for him. All right. Now, I think maybe we can play a little zone. I probably will regret doing this, but we're going to do it. Back off, keep everything under us. Put somebody on a spy, though, just in case. And I'll play the middle with Weinstein. Oh, no. I knew it. I knew it. Why? Stupid. I mean, here's how dumb I am. Think about this. I'm literally sitting there telling y'all that I shouldn't go out of man coverage, shouldn't play at this zone coverage. Why the f do I freaking play it then? Make it make sense. I'm sitting here saying it's probably not going to work, but why? So why would I even call it? That's what you call outthinking yourself, trying to be too smart. You know, all that good shit. Yes. Bring in the heat here. Bring in the heat. Oh, yes. That ain't happening. Ain't running it right up the gut. That's exactly what I'm playing defense for. All right, I need to go. Yeah, let's go with the cover 6 because it has a spy. Because I like to show blitz here and flood the field with zone. But if you don't have a spy, that quarterback will get loose on you near the goal line. And see, that's what he's going to try and do. Spy saves it. Another stop. Still holding him to 7. Let's go. Now let's work this clock. Let's get out of here this time. Get Cashman out on the edge. That's been successful so far today. Man, no blockers. What are the blockers? The blockers went inside. Nobody went out there, man. Just left me one-on-one outside there. Left me out to dry. It's fine. We'll get 4 yards. Thanks to no one. No one wanted to block. Why? Don't you want to win? They're just thinking about holding up the trophy already. They don't even care. Patino. Couple more first downs probably. Probably feel good then. Maybe need this thing out.
This time he keeps it himself, and you can see how much ground he eats up with that kind of speed.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot here. Patino and Cashman, the 2 Heisman contenders, let them run the ball, let them run the clock out. SEC champs, SEC champs, SEC champs. And we go into the playoffs. Talking about playoffs. We're talking about playoffs. Not a game. Wait, no, that's Allen Iverson. That's a different thing. Oh, there's a good hole right there to cut back through. They're not going to burn them timeouts? They're not going to burn them timeouts? We got a little wear and tear on him. Let's run let's run Patino one more time. They don't want to run Cashman one more time. Let's get him his 100 yards. And we'll call it a game. And I need to run Cashman one more time anyways to get this first down. I need him to get 5 yards here so he gets his 100. And then it's game over. He didn't get it. Well, I mean, I'm not punting on 4th and 1. We're going to get the first down and we're going to run the clock out. And he's going to get his 100 yards on this play. There it is. Thank you. Good stuff, my boy. Now let's hit the QB knee.
Chris, how about that? What a call on 4th down
And that's how we do it. SEC champs. Let's watch a little championship celebration here as we wrap up this stream. So it may come back later. Either way, the next time you see me, Bama's going to be in the college football playoff as probably the 1 or 2 seed. We'll advance and see the award winners, though, before we wrap up. We'll check that out, too. Cashman gets the player of the game. I like it. Hey, James Weekly. Appreciate you popping in, brother. Good to see you. James is a subscriber of my other channel there, Country Roads Webcast. James, a big WVU fan. There we are with our SEC title. My first year at Bama. The Tide rolled to the SEC championship. Yeah. Hit them with it. Way out here. All right. So let's see the award winners. Let's see where we are in the CFP before we wrap up. Appreciate you guys, man. Some great questions here. Like I said, may come back here in a couple hours or so. Do a little bit more CFB 26 Q&A. Play one of these CFP games. We'll see how it goes. But for now, we've locked up the SC title. And we've had some good interactions from you guys. I appreciate you all. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for this gameplay content, for the College Football 26 news, for more live chats to talk about it in the near future. And hit the thumbs up button here on YouTube, whether you're watching live or on a playback. That helps me out a ton with that algorithm. Let's roll. Let's see what happens here. We should have at least a Heisman winner and probably quite a few other award winners, I would say. Didn't they just say he committed last week? SEC Defensive Player of the Week, 4 TFLs, 2 sacks in the SEC Championship game. Also earns him National Defensive Player of the Week honors. Cashman, again, SEC Defensive Player of the Week. Is it back-to-back Nationals for him? Nope. No back-to-back Nationals for him that time. All right, so the awards, where's the award winners? Should be coming out here, right? Yeah, we know about those guys. We know about those guys. Here we are. Player of the Year, the quarterback James Patino. Does that mean he'll win the Heisman as well? Probably a good chance. 3,200 yards, 33 touchdowns. Also ran for over 1,300 yards. And another nearly 20-some touchdowns, I think. And he does indeed win the Heisman. My redshirt freshman quarterback, James Patino, wins the 2029 Heisman. Good stuff for him there. Great year running and throwing. #1 offense in the nation, and he led it. So it's right, only right. Also wins the Best Quarterback Award. James Patino racking up the awards here. We knew it would be him or Cashman. Hopefully Cashman's going to get the Doak Walker, which, not the Doak Walker on this game, will be on 26. That's another update we can mention here, though, is that the real awards will be back for College Football 26. Instead of just saying Best Running Back, he'll be the Doak Walker Award winner on 26. Best running back here, though, 1,800 yards rushing, 30 touchdowns. Any other year, that's, maybe a Heisman winner. Best defensive back, my guy Glenn Goings. Really? Him? He must have been the one that was racking up sacks off one of those formations where I have the edge pressure, because Fumagalli had multiple, I think he had 6 or 7 picks, and so did Frasees or whatever his name is. Special Teams Award winner here, best returner, Ellington, who had a great season receiving as well. Did have a touchdown returning the ball, so we're racking up several awards here. Weinstein, my guy linebacker, like I said, great player, terrible name. That's what I always have to mention with Weinstein. But he does win the Best Linebacker Award for 2029. So that's what we got. That's what we rack up here. I don't think I'm going to leave Bama after just 1 year, but, let's just see what we got. Defensive coordinator offer from UNC, head coaching offer from Oregon, defensive coordinator offer from Texas, offensive coordinator offer from VT. Obviously not leaving for a coordinator position. Oregon's tempting, but, Bama, a little bit more Eastern, don't have a lot of West Coast experience. My guys' pipelines are Eastern as well. So we're going to stick with Bama, as I said we probably would. Early National Signing Day. No, I think we had some guys commit elsewhere. Like I said, that's fine. I was not really worried about getting any of these guys I had left on the board. I was cool with the 15 or so guys I had. And so we'll have 16 commits already before we even hit the portal, which will be coming up. And we're a top 5 class right now, so hopefully we can stay there once we hit the portal season in this off season. But let's get to where we are in the let me make sure that I haven't lost my coordinators or nothing yet. Okay, so they're both still around. Let's advance here now that we've seen the award winners. Let's see where we are here in the CFP bracket. And then we will see who we play, because it's either going to be a rematch with Arkansas or Oklahoma. So we're going to play a fellow SEC opponent regardless. That's funny. They got a conference game, and then the second round game is going to be a conference game. Why would they make that? That's what we're talking about with the playoff getting wonky at times in later seasons in Dynasty, right? There's one way it does, but a lot of upgrades to it. That's another one of the updates that I put on the pre-recorded video I released earlier. But that's who we'll be playing. And last thing, let's check All-Americans here. Then we'll advance, see where we'll be playing in the CFP before we wrap up this stream. Of course, Cashman and Patino, both first-team All-Americans. Schlurth, my right end's a first-teamer. Ackerman, my free safety's a first-team All-American. Second team, we don't have anyone. Freshman, Patino makes it. That's all that makes it there. Freshman-wise, All-SEC. Sure, we got several on here. Patino and Cashman on offense. Schlurth on defense. Ackerman on defense. Second team, we get Ellington at receiver, Finley at left tackle. Surprise, no Weinstein. Patino, a freshman, All-SEC. Fritz, All-SEC freshman. Poe, All-SEC freshman. And the corner, Fumagalli, All-SEC freshman. What you should have been. One of the nation's leaders in interceptions. All right, so let's advance. See who we'll be playing in the CFP when we come back for another stream. Tider57 said, Bama's fifth Heisman. Hey, love to see it. Glad I could add another one to the list there. Hey, it's not a rematch with Arkansas. At least you don't have to see me play the same game twice in a row whenever I come back for the next stream. It's Oklahoma. Boomer Sooner versus Roll Tide in the Peach Bowl here in the second round of the playoffs. Let's just make sure. Don't have any other offers we're interested in. Baylor head coach, Florida head coach, Iowa State head coach, Maryland head coach. Florida head coach is tempting for me because that's my pipeline. I've lived in Florida. I don't think I'm going to take it. I don't think I'm going to stay at Bama one more year, but that's extremely tempting. I'm actually not even 100% sure that's going to be my final decision yet. We'll see. But let's see where the bracket stands. We're playing Oklahoma. We play the winner of Wisconsin and Florida State in the semis if we can pull it off. Miami and TCU play in the bottom bracket. USC and Nebraska play in the bottom bracket as the 11 seed and 10 seed both won. They're in the bottom. So Oklahoma will be who I'll be playing in the next stream, guys. Appreciate you guys checking out this one. Already looking forward to the next one. Like I said, keep your eyes peeled. It may come out here post 8 p.m. Later tonight. We'll see what happens. But nonetheless, we'll be talking college football 26 and continuing the Coach JC Dynasty series in the college football playoff when we come back. Appreciate y'all tuning into this one, and I will catch you on the next one.